you're owning your fetishes and your kinks and your desires, then your partner can actually feel comfortable in indulging them with you. If you're ashamed and shy and nervous and insecure about your own fetishes and kinks and desires and what you want in the bedroom from your partner, well, she's going to feed off of that insecure energy, and it's actually going to make her feel unsafe. Yeah. Ironically enough, let's take BDSM as an example. If you wanted to get kinky into BDSM, the only way you're going to be able to do that successfully is if you, as the man, are confident in it in the first place and are comfortable in it. Because that's the only way she can actually feel comfortable in it with you. Totally. Because you have to lead her through that experience.
With that, I find something that a lot of guys struggle with is the ability to own their desires without being attached to them. You know, it's like, here's what I want, but like if I don't get it, I'm going to be crushed, or I'm going to be mad, or I'm going to be whatever. So it's like, how do you own the desire while also being okay with not getting it?
That's a really, really good observation. I get guys messaging me about this pretty frequently too. Like, let's say the guy's a foot fetish, right? And he's insecure about his foot fetish or whatever. And he tries to bring it up with his partner in an insecure, low self-esteem way in the first place. He feels like wrong for having that kink in the first place versus if you just don't give a crap. You own it, you don't give a crap. It's like, she's not into it? Okay, cool. We can do plenty of other things.
Totally. You know? Do you have advice for a guy who does give a shit? Who like wants to become the guy who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, it's you kind of got to put yourself through that scenario again and again and again to really not be able to give a shit. You look at anyone who can't be fucked with, they've really just gone through more crap than anyone else.
Totally.
You know,
it's like exposure therapy.
Yeah, I mean, that's why old people tend not to give as much of a crap as young people, right?
Totally, yeah.
They've lived their life, man. I don't care about the opinions. Like, you know, this trope of like the old racist grandma. She doesn't care what she says around Thanksgiving dinner table because she's been through her life. What are you going to do? Cancel me? Totally. I've got all my grandkids. Screw you. I'm going to say racist things. So like it's an extreme example, but that's kind of the same attitude. Is like, you just have to put yourself through enough stuff it's actually realizing that people don't actually care about you. They care about themselves.
Yeah.
Really. Like, a lot of people walk through this world worried about, oh, what will this person think of me? What will that person think of me? Like, if I'm not dressed perfectly or I say something stupid, most people don't give a crap about you. They are only focused on themselves. And so I think once people can realize that, truly internalize that idea, they become a lot more free.
Yeah. Another one of the things that stops guys from really owning their desires is not wanting to seem creepy, not wanting to seem all these sort of things. And so with what you were just saying, that kind of puts guys in a little bit of a danger that they don't know how to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I tend to teach guys is if they have that problem, if they have, say, nerves around that, is I give them this framework of a mental model I call the selfish pervert frame.
I love that, dude.
So the idea is to think of your partner as like your sexual muse, right? Your inspiration for your lust, okay? You're not just coming at that sexual interaction from a purely perverted point of view or a purely selfish point of view, because if it was purely selfish, there's nothing there, right? You're treating it like a piece of meat, right? And if it was purely perverted, but you're just like focusing on her entirely, you're not focusing on yourself, well, that isn't actually fantastic either, because the paradox of trying to please a woman is that if she knows you're trying to please her, it'll put her in her head and make it less likely that you can please her in the first place.
And you're not even physically there. There's nothing for her to connect with.
Yep, you're not present.
Yeah.
Right? So I tell guys, try to combine these two elements together in this selfish pervert frame of mind where she's the object of your lust, your sexual muse, and you're doing things to her for your own perverse pleasure and desire, and she's kind of along for the ride, along this roller coaster ride. And you get off on getting her off because you it's like you know her body better than she does. And at least that's what I kind of tap into mentally, right?
It's like playing an instrument.
Yeah.
Like you've got
mastery over it.
Exactly.
Right? And you get into that flow state. And it's just, once you're in that flow state, everything's going well. Like, she's present, you're present, and you're both able to experience things the way you want to experience it. And there's no shame around that because you're owning that. You're owning the fact that you are engaging in that like lustful pursuit of your partner.
Yep.